What up, B Squad? It is your boy JB, and I am here today with the review for VH1 no, Family Reunion Love and Hip Hop Edition. This is what season is this, you guys? Is this season 3? Yeah, this is season 3, episode number 7. It's titled "A Song of Fire and Spice," you guys. Now, before we go ahead and get into the review, you guys, if you guys are watching this video or any other video on the channel and you guys aren't subscribed yet, then I need you guys to do me a solid favor and stop taking me out on this date and having me pay for it at the end of it. You guys can do me that favor by liking the video, subscribing to the channel, turning on your post notifications, and sharing the video, you guys. And with that out of the way, without further ado, let's discuss Family Reunion Love and Hip Hop Edition, shall we? So we picked this episode up where the last one left off. You guys remember, she kind of decided that she wanted to know who told that girl Tierra that she asked if she paid 50 cents. And you guys remember that Chrissy was like, shit, it was me. So you guys remember she said something to Chrissy. You remember a little lyric that came out there and said something to her. So I love the fact that KK as well as Chaotic were saying that, you know, they like Shekinah. I don't know why y'all like Shekinah, but okay, y'all like Shekinah. So they said they like Shekinah, but Shekinah was wrong. And absolutely, like, I guess Shekinah want to say, well, I said it, but I told Tierra as well. But you didn't say what you said to, you didn't say to Tierra what you said to Chrissy. You were just being messy when it comes to Chrissy. When you were talking to Tierra, yeah, it sounded like some concern, but it was kind of like you said it to say, oh, you know, it was like, oh shit, I done asked these people about it. This girl's paid 50 cents. So let me go ahead and just ask her, so that way if somebody go back to her and say that I said it, then I'd be like, well, I brought it to you. Like, she kind of girl, you ain't fooling nobody. And Chrissy is like, you know, she just wishes she hadn't even taken the bait from Shekinah, because she knew what Shekinah was trying to do. She said she did it on purpose because Shekinah knew that it was her. Which absolutely she kind of knew that it was Chrissy, right? So Carly has set up for them to get on a bull, right? Birdie, Carly is such a bird. Carly is messy. That's why I've always called Carly Messy Red. But you know, she set up for them to get on the mechanical bull, right? Chaotic. I don't know why he feels like the women should be riding on him. No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. So she also brought out some of Spice's favorite artists. Well, she actually just brought out one artist that we saw, but she could have brought out some more. They probably just couldn't have shown them for television purposes, right? So she had the ladies get on the mechanical bull. Mariah Lynn hurt herself, and then Carly went up to her talking about, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And I have to be honest with you guys, y'all know what? I normally don't see it for the bird, but in this particular moment, I was like, you know what? I actually do believe that Carly is sincere in this apology. I got a sense of sincerity from her with that apology, because there was no ifs, there were no buts in it. It was just, I'm sorry. And Mariah Lynn was, you know, accepted the apology. And Mariah Lynn was like, you know, I'm sorry for prejudging you. Girl, you did not prejudge that messy bird. She is messy. We know that. So they move forward. So then we move over to the next day, right? So the next day is going to be so you guys know, each day somebody's hosting an event. So the next day is going to be hosted by Shay and by Chaotic, right? So Shay and KK, since they are cool with Shekinah, they want to talk to Shekinah, right? About the night before. And I love the fact that Shay Francine Frinsky Bucky Johnson was basically telling Shekinah, like, you know, you were wrong for what you did in that particular moment. Like, and it's so interesting to see. I don't know how Shay was on Love and Hip Hop Miami this last season. I don't know how she was, because the Shay Francine Frinsky Bucky Johnson that I've known over Love and Hip Hop from Atlanta to her first few seasons of Miami, she was a Hellcat. And she's coming in being very, you know, positive. I'm like, wow, this is somebody that I can actually enjoy and like and watch, right? But I just love the fact that they actually were able to say to Shekinah, like, what you did was wrong. Like, you were being messy. And They say she kind of has a good heart. I've never saw it, but maybe she does to them. I've never saw the good side of Shekinah. Don't ever want to see the good side of Shekinah because I just don't like Shekinah. I just don't see it for her. She just irks my spirit, you guys. But I'm gonna pause here and we're gonna move forward. So we see TT and we see Little Lyrica. So they're talking about the situation as well, right? And the interesting thing for me is the fact that Shekinah wants to bring up this legal situation with Tierra and 50 Cent, right? But you wouldn't want nobody to bring up you and the Glam Shop or whatever the hell the name of it is. The Glam Shop is Sierra. Whatever that place is that was suing her, T.I., and Tiny, right? And Shekinah probably would have never got involved in that lawsuit if she kept her big ass trap shut, right? So I got Tierra's side, and actually I'm even on Team Little Lyrica, right? Because Little Lyrica asked you to post. So Little Lyrica says that there was a dance challenge going around with her song Marriott. Never heard the song, and there's no slight, no shade to Little Lyrica because you guys, I think she's amazingly talented. She's a great singer. Now her mama can really blow, but Little Lyrica can sing as well, right? And the shit is just childish, right? The fact that Shekinah is talking about that, it's because of follow back. That means to follow you back. That means for you to follow her back, right? So, and even if she said you bad for her brand, girl, technically, you're rancid. But hey, that ain't got nothing to do with me either, right? So, it's just if Shekinah's Oompa Loompa ass would have just shut the fuck up and minded her business. And here's the thing, even if you feel some type of way about Lyrica, be woman enough to say, I've heard some things that you said about me that I don't necessarily rock with, so I don't really have much to say to you, instead of just giving her the cold shoulder. How easy is that? How hard is that? It's not. So we see Chrissy, KK, and Nancy, right? So those three have really kind of formed a bond with each other. Nancy, Chrissy, not Chrissy, but KK was telling us how she's watched Nancy and Chrissy on the show over the years, and I like how it's well interesting that they're talking about the shows on the show. I guess because this isn't actual Love and Hip Hop, that they can actually, because it's kind of like, it seems like they're breaking the fourth wall, but I mean maybe not. Who knows, right? So like I told you guys, Shay is hosting an event. So Chrissy is not gonna go because she just doesn't want to be in the presence of Shekinah. And honest to God, I don't blame her. I do not blame her one bit, right? Because Shekinah knew what she was doing the night before. And it's really nice. I hope that Nancy and Chrissy are still in a good space that they were in when they filmed this show, because like KK was saying, y'all have been doing this for years, and it probably had been going on before the show even started, right? So squash the beef. And like KK said, we don't know our expiration date, which is 100% true. We don't know our expiration date, and we don't want to go into the next life. Well, we don't want to end this life on bad terms with people, right? You want your people to know that you love them. You might not get along with them every day, but let them know, I love you, I respect you, whatever. Don't go, and definitely don't go into old age, because if you go into old age, well, you're just going to die a bitter, miserable person. So, yeah, let me know what you guys thought about that. And I guess I'll pause here and move forward. All right, you guys, so Shay's event was a women's empowerment event, and it's so funny because when you think of women's empowerment, shout out to Jocelyn, when you think about these women empowerment events on Love and Hip Hop, they always go south. They go to hell, right? And then what the interesting thing with this women's empowerment event is, Shay not only has all the ladies there, she has all the men there as well, right? So I think she had these cards that they were reading from, and one of them was asking a question about, like, has there ever been a rumor out there about you And Tierra says yes, that there's been some rumors out there about her, and I I'm assuming, and I know they say you shouldn't assume, right? But I know I've heard some of the rumors about Tierra, because there's a lot of I've definitely heard some rumors about Tierra, right? One of them was about the fact of why she didn't become who she, become a big artist. I've heard the rumor that that the label was looking at both she and Rihanna, and they weren't going to go with both girls, so they wanted to pick one girl, and they said that they didn't pick Tierra because Tierra's attitude was so bad. Now I don't know how true that was or how true that isn't, right? But that's a rumor that I've heard. But when it comes to Tierra is an amazingly talented young lady, beautiful voice, and I just want Tierra to get back into the music. Like, if she just gets back into the music, people are going to she has fans out there that would love to hear Tierra sing. I would love to hear Tierra back on the I would just love to see Tierra just climb on to the top and just stay. Like, I just want the best for Tierra, right? So then there was another one about relationships or something like that, and Little Lyrica, she's talking about her relationship with what did I call him? What did I call? I forgot what I called. I have forgotten what I called A1 steak sauce over the years. Because it was always something about his because he wears pearls. Oh, clutch and pearls, because he needs a clutch. All he needs is a clutch, and because he got the pearls, he just needs a clutch. But yeah, with him, I don't know what's going on with their relationship. I honestly, God, don't really care what's going on with their relationship, because I just never felt like they, after. I mean, I know it was funny seeing, the bickering between, No Man Pam and Big Lyrica, but that got old fast, right? But she's talking about how, they were together for, I think, 11 years. She's just trying to adjust to being a single mother. I'm pretty sure that is a big adjustment from her, because they had him before the pandemic, and were they quarantined together? Yikes. Yikes. So then another question came up about coexisting, so men and women coexisting together, right? Gunplay lost me when he was talking about, he was talking about prostitutes, pimps, and hoes and all that kind of stuff. I was just like, sir, read the room. Alexis has said that she's been sex trafficked. Mariah Lynn, once upon a time, not long ago, I was a hoe, and I'm admitting it. So Mariah Lynn didn't like that, and I absolutely understood where Mariah Lynn was coming from. I thought it was disrespectful of him to say that. Like, I respect you as a hoe or a prostitute, so you respect me as a pimp. Nigga, what? Nah, bruh. That was disrespectful. So then at one point, Shay brought out her brother and her sister, who are both doctors. They also talked about the overturning of Roe versus Wade. You guys know my standpoint on that. I don't agree with it being overturned. I don't think that a woman should be forced to have a child if she doesn't want to. Like, there was just a story about a week or two ago, where there was this 13-year-old girl where a family member said that voodoo made him do what he did to her, and now she's pregnant. Like, I just don't agree with that. But you guys can tell me how you feel. I don't need to talk about that. So let's just put a button on that. And also, you guys, so Shekinah, she took it upon herself to apologize to Tierra for the comments that she made. Do I believe Shekinah when she gave that apology? Absolutely not. Let's pause here and wrap up the episode. So, you guys, we see Christy and we see Nancy, so they're talking. Nancy is asking Christy what happened to her eggs that she got frozen. Christy's like, I didn't get any eggs frozen. So when Christy was looking into it, science wasn't what it is today. So if they had frozen her eggs, they wouldn't be viable. But they did tell her about embryos, I believe. But she just didn't feel comfortable doing that. And, to each his own, right? To each his own. And now she just feels like, She just feels that kids weren't meant for her. And some people feel like that, right? Some people feel like that. And what the fuck was that just hit me on the neck? Some people feel that way, and you got to respect it. If people feel like kids aren't, and I respect people who say kids aren't for them, as opposed to people who have kids and psychologically, mentally, physically abuse their children. I have more respect for people that way, right? So back over to the women's empowerment event. Scrap got up and they were getting ready to eat, and Scrap didn't want the food, so he left, and Alexis felt some type of way about it. So back in Alexis's room, she was telling Scrap how she felt, and Scrap is talking about how he doesn't want to control a woman. Now, Alexis ain't my favorite person in the world. I don't really see it for Alexis, but I did think that he was disrespectful walking up and leaving her, right? And he's talking about he don't want to control a woman, and then he's, I don't know what it is about. Never mind. I was going to say something, but I'm going to keep it to myself. Because he's talking about how he doesn't want to be in... Now, it's fine to not want to be in a monogamous relationship, right? But I feel like most dudes who do that, when it comes to not wanting to be in a monogamous relationship, the only reason why you want to do that is because you just want to go out here and fuck all willy-nilly. That's what I feel, right? Some people do that because, they feel that they can love more than one person. But most men who do it are just doing it because they just want to go dip they penis in multiple vaginas. So at the end of the episode, Chaotic was hosting game night, and he split the teams up. So Miami is playing for one, playing together. Atlanta's gonna play together. Hollywood and New York are gonna play together, right? And he has a special guest for Miami. And when I saw that bite, I'm like, that ain't nobody but Sukiana. That ain't nobody but Suki. But that's it, you guys. Let me know what you guys thought about the episode in the comments below. Subscribe to the channel, turn your post notifications on, and share the video, you guys. And until the next time, stay safe out there. Please take care of yourselves, you guys. Wash your hands, be blessed, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.